Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of going through the November 2023 past GCSE Maths paper. We're going to be looking at paper one, the non-calculator paper, and we're going to be going through it a page at a time, uh, doing the answers together. And this is going to be me showing you how to get the maximum marks on each question. So for this first page, everything is 1 mark. When you have a question in a math exam that has just 1 mark, that means all they simply need is for you to put the right answer and then you're good. All you need to do is put the right answer. You don't have to do any working out. I mean, you probably will have to, but you don't need that. All you need is the right answer. So without further ado, we'll do the first one. Work out the lowest common multiple of 20 and 25. Well, just off the top of my head, I would guess that this is 100. But let's actually do the maths so that we can figure this out. So first thing we'd want to do is, if I get my drawing device, let me change the color to red. All right, so we're gonna first of all do the factor trees. So um, we're going to do 20, 20. We're going to do 10 and 2. That's oops, that is a prime number. So we'll circle that, pay attention to it. And then 10. So 10 times 2 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10. They're both common factors. Sorry, they're both prime numbers. So we will circle those. Again, same for 25. Um, so into 25, we have 5 times 5, both prime numbers. Yeah, I've made a bad example of myself. Obviously, you're not supposed to write outside the box in the exam, but let's just leave it for now. Just pretend that this is inside the box, okay? Just I won't tell anyone if you don't, okay? Anyway, so now we put these numbers into a Venn diagram. Venn diagram. So we have the 20 and the 25. So we need to find the common ones. So the common factors it has. So we know that there's 1 5 here and 1 5 here. So we can put that in the middle. And then we put the 2's here and the 5 here. So then all we need to do is times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. That equals, what does it equal? 4 times 25. There we go. So that's how you would do that. If you wanted to, you could skip out the step of the Venn diagram, but this is better for me. It helps me to get the sense of it. So yeah, that's what you do on that. So yeah, that wasn't too long. So we'll close that. We'll clear all that. Then we'll go to the next question. So question 2, work out the exterior angle of a regular hexagon. So now to do this, we need to know what the interior angles equal first. The interior angle of any shape is uh, the number of sides it has, take away 2. So a hexagon has 6 sides. So take away 2 is 4. Pretend that that's a 2. So uh, we do 180 take times 4. Now 180 times 4, we don't have a calculator, so either we do it in our head or we do it in on our paper. I'm going to do it in my head. I know that four 100s are 400. 8 times 4 is 32. So since it's 80, it would add a zero, 320. So 400 plus 320 is 720. So that is the sum of the interior angles of the hexagon. So now what we're going to do is divide 720 by 6 to get one of the interior angles. So that is 1, cross that out. 12, 6 into 12 goes 1, and then 0. So 120 is our answer for one of the interior angles. But as you know, obviously, if I draw a really bad hexagon here, so we've got one of these interior angles, that is 120, but the exterior angle goes out like this on a straight line. So this is the interior angle. So sorry, this is the exterior angle. So the interior angle, exterior angle. So now we're looking for this angle. What do we need to do? Well, how many degrees are on a straight line? 180. So we take away 120 from 180 to get this. So 180, oops, it's really hard to draw with this. 180 take away 120 equals 60. So yeah, the answer is 60. The more you practice these sorts of questions, the quicker you'll get at them. That was quite a long, drawn out process of it, but the more you do these questions, the quicker you get. And actually, if I just check something real quick. As you may know, when you do your GCSE paper, you'll get a formula sheet. Let me get rid of this. But on this sheet, it won't tell you the how to get the sum of the interior angles. So you will need to remember that. So make sure to remember how to do that. Don't know if I can undo that yet. So make sure you remember how to do that. Remember that method so that you can do that in the real exam. And again, the more you practice, the faster you get. So let me clear that again. Now, question 3, 1 mark. A is those coordinates, B is those coordinates. Work out the midpoint of AB. So, how do you find the midpoint of two numbers? Well, you could just look at it and say, oh, well, the midpoint between 2 and 0 is 1. The midpoint between 0 and -4 is -2. If you know that, well done. Write it down, move on. But if you're a bit stuck, then here's the methods. What you do is, if you want to get the midpoint between 2 and 0, and remember, these are both the x-axis of the coordinates, these are both the y-axis. So to get the midpoint of these two numbers, first of all, you add the numbers. So 2, 2 plus 0, that's 2. And then you divide that answer by 2. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So 1 is the first one. So now we do 0 plus -4, which equals -4. And then -4 divided by 2 equals -2. Again, I've drawn out of the box. Forgive me. So that is -2. So that is the answer to those questions. Now, some people will be able to do these questions because they know the answer. Some people will need to do the methods. Well, I've just shown you the methods if you need to do those questions on the real exam. So thank you for watching this video. And I should say before I finish this off that this series is going to be on the higher papers. Let me just get rid of this. It's going to be on the higher papers, not the foundation. I figured at least if you are higher or foundation, both will be able to benefit somewhat from me doing the higher paper. It covers all angles. So that is what we're going to be doing throughout this series. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you gain value from this and keep following and keeping up with the activity on the group to make sure you don't miss out on a single post where I go through these GCSE exam questions. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.